What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today I want to share with y'all a pretty cool haul that I picked up from my good friend and fellow toy collector Justin Cronk. And this is probably the second largest haul I got from him. Now, if you recall a video that I did a few years ago, probably about 2 years ago, maybe a little longer, that was a pretty insane haul that I got from him when we did a trade. That was off a trade. But this stuff that I got here, some of the stuff I had bought, and the other stuff he gifted to me and threw in some extras along with it. So greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get some of this stuff, even though it took a long time to to get them. But he held on to it for a while, so but finally made it happen. So I'm going to show y'all what I purchased first, and then we'll get to the other stuff afterwards. Alright, so the first one is Spawn figure. So this is the Techno Spawn Steel Trap. So was able to purchase those from him, that and this next one up from him. So very happy to have these in the collection. I'm probably going to leave these in card because these are really good condition, And a lot of times I like to open up my stuff, but when certain occasions, if a card's like pristine condition, I just leave them as is, because they just look great. So I got a Gray Thunder and Steel Trap. So very happy to add these to the collection. I got to the Techno Spawn collection because I got a couple of other ones from a trade that I did with another buddy of mine. Alright, and so the next 4 items, he found these for me and was like, "Hey dude, you need these? I can pick them up," And surprisingly, these were on clearance. I was really shocked, and I never really saw these out in the wild. And if I did, it was like very brief. So so to be able to have these, for him to find these on clearance for $5 each is amazing in itself. So I'm very grateful for that. So I was like, yes, go pick them up, and he did. And so these are the I think wave 2 of the Jurassic World Chaos Theory, and these are $5 each. So I think that's the Serrato Suchops. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is the Kentrosaurus. And then we have a Pteranodon. This is a very different and unique Pteranodon that we have. And then we have the Cryptops. So this is very cool in itself. So got the Cryptops. So yes, so I was very fortunate to finally add these to the collection because I missed out. If this didn't happen, I would have missed out on the entire wave because they went that fast. So I got all the little smaller and the little dinosaurs, but these are the medium-sized ones, and I barely saw these, and I didn't really get a chance to buy any of these, So I kind of almost missed out on these. But thankfully for him, he was able to find these out in the wild and on clearance for $5 each. So, I mean, how could I say no to that? All right, so we're going to move this stuff out the way. So these are the things that I was able to purchase from him. So, I love my dinosaurs. So we'll just leave that aside. And then let's see what we got next. Alright, so we got some more Spawn figures. So this is some of the stuff that he kind of threw in as extras. There's quite a bit. So he told me the reason why he did it, so I'll just leave that between us. And so I'm grateful to have these in the collection because these are ones I've been wanting to have anyways. So this is let's see, what is this? Which one is this? The bottom line of Spawn. I think this is series This is probably like the best series out of the whole waves that he did at the time. Series 12. So this is one portion of it, and then I need the second portion. So got bottom line and then Top Gun. So I need to get Top Gun, 2 figures that can attach to become one. So I'm sorry. So yeah, 2 figures that come in one. So I need Top Gun. So I got bottom line, but I need him to complete. So I pretty much have this almost entire wave right here. So only one I need is Reanimator Spawn, and then the Cygor too. So then I will be complete with that particular wave. I think this is wave 12. Yeah, series 12. And yeah, it's probably like the best series out of all that he did. And then let's see, move that aside. And then I do have a variant version, but now I have the original version. So this is Clown 2. So this is the original version. So I do have the variant version with all the orangish, yellowish guns and stuff. And he didn't have that on the arm and stuff. So very happy to have that. So we'll just set this aside. These, because it's quite a bit. All right, and so he asked me if I was interested in, and so I was interested in 2 of them, but I forgot that he had the rest of them, so he just threw them in here, and he just asked me if I want them. I said, sure, why not? So I did get in. I do have the entire first wave. So this is the second wave, I believe, and so the only one I don't have is actually, this is like this figure is like wave 1.5. So this is John. This is McFarlane's Super Friend Powers. And so got me a John Stewart. I do want to get the vintage Green Lantern. I do want to get that. So you can tell it was missing this. And so the other one, the other guy, I guess this was part of wave 1. It was just didn't come out till later on. So I do have all these and these. Finally got that. So I know Flash is in this particular wave 2 as well. But I just want to get the vintage one. So if there's a vintage one of this, I'll get it. If this new character that we have that the superpowers didn't have originally, then I'll pick it up. So, and then I'll just set them aside over here. And then we got Nightwing. So let me turn this back around. You can tell that this is there's the Flash right there. I'm sorry about that glare. So let's just bring that up here a little bit. So as you can tell, there's a Flash right there. So this is essentially, technically, this is part of wave 1. These 2 were just released later on. So so now I do have Deathstroke right there. Set him back there, and then I do have this Wonder Woman. I think this is the new 52 Superwoman. I know they have one with the classic colors, but this is the new 52. So essentially, I believe these 3 and her, and I'm assuming the other ones are all part of the 52, and then they didn't release the actual classic versions of all of these characters till later on, like the Robin and Green Lantern and Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, and so forth. So I guess because there was already made originally the classic characters, I guess they were doing the new 52. I think that's what they are based off of. Can't remember. So if anybody that knows anything about that, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind constructive criticism. But yes, so I finally got some more of these McFarlane's Power. So I really wasn't going to collect this line, but once I got all these stuff on clearance and then got these from Justin, then I'm just like pretty much all in. So I'll pick them up when I can. You know, I don't gotta have them all at one time. All right, so now got that stuff out the way, all the carded stuff out the way. Now it's time for all the loosies. So let's go ahead and move this because it's like blocking good light. All right. So let's go ahead and lower this down. No, we'll leave it up because this is a pretty big thing. So, well, since this is right next to me, I'm gonna go ahead and show this first, and then I'll just show all the loosies later on, or after I showed this. So, I was floored when I was able to get this, that he was able to throw this in as an extra. And like I said, there's reasons why he threw certain things in as extras. And so I was just very humbled by this, you know. And I don't have a lot of these. I know my cousin, one of my cousins, she used to collect micro machines, and that's all she played with growing up. And so she had all of it, like literally all the stuff, airplanes, carrying cases, pretty much everything, everything, you know. So it was really cool. So that's how I was able to get attached to micro machines through her stuff. Even though I didn't really have any of my own. I probably had a few, but nothing that was really anything that was that I can remember that on top of my head that was anything memorable. But to add this to the collection, because I do have a few of them, but they were gifted from my best friend Daryl, you know. And those are the only ones I have. So to be able to get this from Justin's, it's icing to the cake, because now I got a play set for it. What am I talking about? So this is it. This is the Army vehicle of the. Let's go ahead and move this down here. So this is the play set. It's very incomplete, you know. But what drew me to it was the fact that the stickers on the inside were all good, you know, not pristine, but they're in good condition. You know, you could tell that is very little play wear, and very little wear from these stickers. So, give me a second. I'll open it up and I'll show you. All right. So as you can tell, the stickers are in great shape. So everything on here about it is in phenomenal shape. You know, it's good condition. Not pristine, but in good condition. It is missing all its pieces, but that's fine. You know, I could probably look it up and see what they go for and stuff. Might pick up a few here and there just to kind of fill it out and stuff. But this is incredible. This is amazing. I've never owned one of these. This is first in my collection. So very proud and happy to have this in the collection. So they made a few of these. I know this is the Army one, and then they have a one with the white van, and I think there was like one more other one. Let me go ahead and close this back up. All right, yeah, that was a pain in the butt to close. I can imagine you losing all these pieces and stuff, because you're always constantly carrying this thing around and losing pieces and shit, so falling out. So I can imagine that's a nightmare, you know. But like I said, it's first of its kind in my collection, so very happy to have this. So I'm just humbled to add this amazing piece to the collection to go with the very little micro machines that I have. So they got a little something to play around in. So super stoked. I'm super stoked. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the other stuff. All right. So let's remove that big old thing. So there's a couple of items that he did pick up for me that off of whatnot, and he surprised me with them. So these are two items that I actually been looking for. You know, one of them was, or both of them were a complete surprise, and this one was also a complete surprise as well. So what is it I'm talking about? So I had been talking that I'd be needing a Tatanka figure from the WWF Hasbro. So he was able to snag me one for fairly cheap. And so also he threw in this Jurassic Park Chaos Theory, or Chaos Effect from Kenner, Tanaconda. So that's a new Chaos Effect figure in the collection. So now I think I got like 3 or 4 of them now. So that portion of that collection is steadily growing. So very happy to have this. So Justin, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. So we'll just move these guys to the side. And then I did forget that I did also. I did forget that I did have this too that I did purchase from him. So this was in the loose pile. So I forgot what spawn this was, but it was really cool. So comes with this cool mask and tail piece and everything, leg piece. So very happy to have it. And these are his gauntlets. So I forgot to put them on. And so got that. And some other stuff that he threw in was I had been looking for this particular figure for a while, and he had doubles, and he tossed this one in. And this is Galoob's Biker Mice from Mars Vinny. So I needed a Vinny. So he was able to spare one for me. So I was very excited about that. And then he just threw this one in because he asked me, he asked me if I had it. And he had some extras of these and of some vintage Motu figures that, you know, that he has extras that he uses for, like, you know, trades and sales and stuff like that. But I said, no, I don't have Origins or a vintage Clamp Champ. And so he threw in this one as well. This is an extra that he threw in. So pretty much the rest of the stuff is extra that he threw in. And so I was very happy to finally add a Clamp Champ because I've been wanting one, whether it was Origins or vintage. I did see a vintage one a while back, like a few years ago, but I never did get him, you know. But I know he's missing his armor and stuff, but I don't care, you know. I still picked them up, you know, and I always get their accessories later, sometime down the line if I find them, you know. So he stands pretty well, you know. So very happy to add a vintage Clamp Champ to my collection. It also threw in this Kenner mask, you know, a little beat up, but hey, I'm happy with it. It's Kenner, and y'all know me. Anything Kenner, I'm all game. So got that. So again, it's probably missing a few pieces, the driver and all that stuff. But like I said, you can always go back and get them later, you know. So let's go ahead and move these guys aside. And then he also threw in this knockoff. So I'm really happy. This is my first knockoff when it comes to monsters and stuff. So this is a knockoff King Kong. You can tell just by the paint, you know, scratches and stuff. And he's got this little chain wrapped around his fist and wrist. So very happy to add this because I've always wanted to get some knockoffs of certain things, and that's, hey, what better way to start with Kong, right? And then this is also amazing that he threw in. And so I'm a huge Trendmasters fan. I love anything Trendmasters. And I got a lot of stuff from Trendmasters, a little bit of everything that they produced. Still some other things I want to pick up that I haven't found yet. I'm going to go ahead and move Kong over here because this one's a pretty big piece. And so Godzilla stuff is hard to come by, and if you do, they're pretty expensive. But he was able to throw in this, you know, and this is an electronica Rodan, and so that's awesome. He does take some double AAA batteries, two AAA batteries. So I have yet to try to see if it works or not, but I will once I get some AAA batteries, see if it works, you know. But anyways, and then the last items that he threw in, and very stoked about this because I forgot that he picked these up, and so I had to bag these up and stuff once I got home because I used to have the first issue, but I never did get the other issues back then originally. But the fact that the issue number 1 still has the bag over it and cards, man, you can't beat that, man. So I am super happy to have these back in the collection, especially a complete set. And what I'm talking about is Topps Comics Jurassic Park issue number 1. So yeah, I mean this is awesome. I used to have this one. I don't know what I did with it. Probably sold it. But this is one of my original comics that I had in my original collection. Because when I first started collecting them, I had like about a handful. It wasn't that many, like 20, you know. But they were stuff that were really amazing. So to be able to have this back in the collection and the rest of them is awesome. So again, Justin, thank you so much. And so as you can tell, it's still got the original bag. It's open. The bag was open, you know, but the bag was still in great condition. The bag wasn't torn or anything. So when I got home, I had to put it in the bag and board. Of course, these are the 3 cards that it came with. So yeah, I can't believe I got this back in the collection, you know. And then of course, you know, I got issue number 2. And then issue number 3. And then issue number 4. So I got the original complete run of the Topps Comics Jurassic Park. So super stoked to have this in the collection, along with the first issue and along with the other ones. Whoop! I guess they decided to take a tumble. But yeah, that is my haul. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and let me know what's your favorite. It's quite a bit, I know. It's a lot. So, but I'm very happy with it and stuff. So a little bit of everything that I collect: Jurassic Park, Spawn, Godzilla, He-Man vintage, Kenner stuff, you know, comic books. So a little bit of everything. So just very happy to keep adding to certain things, certain lines that I collect. So, but anyway, so again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite items or items that you liked. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.